Hey everyone, I'm Simone. This is my blog. I just thought I'd share with you my university experience for those of you who haven't been to university or those of you who are at university even, just what university life is pretty much like. I'm 3 weeks in at the moment. It's been it's been relatively steady because I'm only in my first semester, but I've been enjoying it. And what I find is before I started semester, I actually purchased the books. Um, there was only one book to purchase this semester, and what I find very useful is to just have a bit of a flick through of the book and just sort of see what the contents in the book are. And it's also useful. I know it's really hard to sort of develop a study timetable before you know what your study timetable is. But usually, because I got mine sort of just before uni started, I sort of got into good habits. So I thought I'm going to go running at a certain time and I'm going to set aside time for study, or I'm going to start reading. So get into good habits, which really helps. Also, in deciding the course that you're going to do, it took me a while. It took me a while to actually decide the course that I was going to do. Forgive me, this is my first time using this camera, so I'm sort of getting used to it. So basically, in deciding the course that I wanted to do, I sort of decided, well, I want to be a journalist. So what's the best course for me to do in order to become a journalist? So I actually spoke to some actual people at the campus that I'm going to, which is Edith Cowan University in Australia. And I actually spoke to them and they gave me some very, very useful advice. So what they can do for you is you just say, I want to be a journalist, or whatever profession you want to get into. What is the best course? What is the best course for me that is going to offer me this opportunity to be able to go down that career path? So that's what I did, and they told me, oh, you should do a Bachelor of Communications. So I thought, okay, so I'll enroll in that. First week one, mainly it was just all about the unit plans. So basically, I have 4 classes a week, so pretty much that's a standard full-time study load. I had 4 classes in the first week, and pretty much they just go through the unit outline and they give you all of your assessments. And don't freak out because they're not all due at once. But pretty much what they do is they give you all your assessments at once just so that you know when they're due. So I have an assessment that's not due until about week 10, so I don't have to start working on that just yet. And there's a lot of reading for mine as well. So what I find easy to do is basically I've just been doing it week by week. So say you have an assessment that has 5 questions and it's due in week 5. I found it useful to just do 1 question a week. And pretty much that takes you up to week 5. So it works like that. That was the first week. First week, pretty much unit outlines. And it was a lot of fun, just a few icebreakers, meeting new people. I really, really enjoyed it. The second week in, it got a little bit more intense in terms of the content. There was lectures and tutorials. So a lecture, you're in a big sort of, not a really big lecture room. Sometimes they're small, sometimes they're big. And it was great. What I found easy to do is actually listen to what the lecturer is actually saying rather than actually trying to take notes at the same time as listening to what the lecturer is saying, because sometimes you miss what the lecturer is saying. But everyone learns in different ways, and that's just sort of the way that I learn, because all of these notes are on an online forum for Edith Cowan University students. So I just found it easier to do it that way. And now I'm into the third week and wow, It's been really great. I sort of freaked out to begin with, yes, because I was thinking I've got all these assignments, they're all due, but I'm sort of pacing myself, and I'm very, very surprised at how it's all come together, and how I'm actually managing to keep up by just pacing myself and just saying, okay, I'm going to set aside time for this and I'm going to set aside time for that. I don't have a study timetable. I know some people might find it useful to actually do a study timetable, but I don't know, once you get a job, things change from day to day. It's what I found. Journalism is really, really challenging my sort of perspective on things, actually. There are things that I sort of never thought about before that suddenly I'm thinking about again. You know, it sort of opens my eyes to the news, really, because I hadn't really been paying much attention to the news in the past. So it sort of opens my eyes a bit. I think the most challenging unit I'm doing this semester is because I'm not really very practically. I'm not the greatest person at practical stuff, put it that way. It's going to be the introduction to digital video unit, which I've sort of done late enrollment into. So sort of fiddling around with a camera, and that was a lot of fun. So zooming in on subjects and and yeah, that was a lot of fun. So still looking for work at the moment, but in the meantime, while I don't have a job, I'm studying on my off days, which my off day is Friday at the moment because I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, sort of scattered classes. Most of them are in the morning. A couple of them are midday at another campus. Originally, when I actually enrolled, it was actually at one campus, and then I found out that some of the units are only offered at this campus, which takes me about an hour to get there, but can't really help that, can you? So I'll keep you updated on how things are going, on how uni life is going. I haven't been to any sort of events yet. I sort of had a bit of a peek on the open day as well. They give you they gave me an orientation. There was a different orientation, different days for different courses. And I also have a tutor, and I met her last week, and she was quite nice. She was quite nice to talk to because she's been there already, and so she's sort of experienced uni life. So it's pretty, yeah, she was quite nice to talk to in that respect. So I'll keep you updated on how things are going, and tips and stuff. If you want any tips, just let me know. But I think it's just all about the experience. If you enjoy what you're doing, it makes it a lot easier. And there are some units that maybe if you're not so good theory-wise with writing essays and stuff, or maybe like me, you're not so good practically wise, but you can get through them. You know, fellow classmates are there to help. It's always good to get to know your fellow classmates as well, which I've been trying to do as well, which is what the group work was good for, and the icebreakers were good for in the first week. So that was quite good, and I'm hoping to make some friends because I think that's part of the university experience as well, is making friends with the people around you. So I'll keep you updated, and good luck to everyone else who's going to uni this semester as well. And if you have any tips for me as well, just feel free to buzz me on those, because I could do with some tips as well. But thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll keep you updated. Bye for now.